Levi has a job to lock the gates, and all of a sudden they would open up by themselves. And they would close the gates, and they would just keep opening. It was a sign Hashem was showing that He's going to let the enemy in to destroy the Beis HaMikdash, so this way it would be a kapara for Klal Yisrael. Interestingly, one of the most important avodas in the Beis HaMikdash was taking the goat and throwing it off the cliff, known as Sar Lazazel. And when the goat would break into pieces, this was a sign that Hashem forgave Am Yisrael from all of their avonos, their sins. So guess what happened? The last 40 years of the second Beis HaMikdash, they threw it off the cliff, it landed on its feet, healthy and sound, and ran away. No kapara. That means Hashem wasn't ready to forgive Klal Yisrael. It means the relationship was over. To some degree. It wasn't the way it was once, such a strong level of Ava for Klal Yisrael. Hashem still loves us, don't get us wrong, but that open miracle time where Hashem would show miracles in the Beis HaMikdash, that was coming to an end. So the Gemara says like this. That year that, Tanya, we learned in the Brayos, Osa Shana Shemeis Shimon HaTzadik, that year that Shimon HaTzadik was about to die, Amar Lahem, he said to the people, the Yidden, Shana Zu Hu Meis, this year he's going to die. Amrulo, the Yidden said to Shimon HaTzadik, the Kohen Gadol, Minayin, Atayodea, how do you know this? How does a person know if he's going to die? He didn't look like he was sick or anything. Amr Lahan, he said to them, Kol Yom HaKippurim, every time I go to the Beis HaMikdash on Yom Kippur to do the Avodah in the Kodesh Kodashim, in the Holy of Holies, Nizdam li Zakin Echad, I always meet a Zakin. So Shimon HaTzadik said he always met a Zakin when he went into the Kodesh Kodashim, Lavish Levanim, who was wearing white, V'nesatif Levanim, and he was wrapped up like in a white talus. We know the Kohen Gadol, when he goes Lefnai V'Lefnim into the Kodesh Kodashim, he's wearing not the fancy Big Day Kahuna, but he's wearing the white uniform, right? So now when he goes into the Beis HaMikdash, he says, usually I always see a Zakin there. V'nichnas imi, and he goes in with me, V'yaitze imi, and he comes out with me. Shana zon is naman li Zakin Echa Lavish Shacharim. But this year, I met someone who was dressed in black. And he was wearing a black talus. And he was going into the Beis Kodesh Kodashim with me, but guess what? He didn't come out with me. So he already knew that was two bad signs. He's always wearing white. Why is he wearing black? Black is a sign of avelut, of mourning. Don't get mixed up with today, how all the rabbis dress in black. In the olden days, it wasn't necessarily as much like that. Even on Shabbat, people would dress in white. Even today, there are some Mekubalim, they dress in white on Shabbat. Not a white shirt, but all white. But anyway, so for the Kohen Gadol to see someone in white, that was a good sign. I'm white, he's white, that's beautiful. White's a sign of no Averos, clean. Like a Kala by the Chuppah, she wears white to show a pure person. But now he sees someone dressed in black. Why is this Zaken wearing black? And then he walked in with me, but he didn't walk out. So he knew this is a bad sign. After Sukkot, he got ill for 7 days, umeis, and he died. He was nifter. From then on, they stopped the Kehanim from saying a bracha with Hashem's name in it. Now what does that mean? It means Kehanim used to say, when he did the Avodah, they would say the real name of Hashem, the one that we're not permitted to say, the one that's Yud Kei Vav Kei. When Mashiach comes, we'll be able to say that. Now, no one's holy enough to say that name. Hashem has many other names. Some say it was even referring to other names of Hashem. Maybe there's a certain name of Hashem that has 42 letters, or maybe 72 letters. Whatever the story is, they felt we're not on the Madrega anymore. In other words, Kol Zaman Shimon HaTzadik was alive. Hashem was here. The Shekhinah was here. We could talk to Hashem in such a special way. But once he was nifter, the Kehanim said we can't ever use that name of Havaya anymore. B'shas P'tirasai, when Here comes the scary part. B'shas P'tirasai, before he was nifter, Amar Lahem, so Shimon HaTzadik said, Chonyo b'ni, Yishamesh tachtai. He said, I want my son Chonyo to be the new Kohen Gadol.
Mr. Ackerman, go downstairs.
Okay. Now, Chonyo had a brother named Shimi, who was older than him, 2.5 years. So now here comes the story about jealousy. You got two brothers. Obviously, they both want to be the Kohen Gadol, right? A lot of kavod in the job. Also a big zechus. So before he was nifter, he said, Pshas P'tirasei, when he was being nifter, Amar Lahem, he said to them, Chonyo b'ni yishamesh tachtai. I want Chonyo, my son, to be Kohen Gadol after me. Niskani bo Shimi achiv. Shimi, his brother, became very jealous. Shaya gadol mimenu shtei shanim u'mechza. He was 2.5 years older than his brother. Now, it would make sense that if the Kohen Gadol retires, the oldest son should take over, not the younger son. Why make jealousy? So it turns out, if you could turn off the heat, it's getting a little bit too hot. Says the Gemara, thank you. He said, I want the younger son to take over after me as Kohen Gadol. I guess he felt that he's worthy more than his brother. Amar Lai. So now Shimi did a prank on Chonyo. A prank is when you do a trick on somebody, which is often to embarrass the person. Amar Lai, so Shimi says to Chonyo, Bo v'alamedcha seder avoda. Come, I want to teach you how to do the avoda in the Beis HaMikdash. Now, you would think he knows already, right? Obviously, if his father said he should be a Kohen Gadol, he must know how to be Kohen Gadol. But Shimi did a trick. He tells Chonyo, he says, let me teach you how to do the avoda. Helbishai be'unkli v'chagru b'tziltzul. On top of his big day kahuna, he put on him, seems it was on top of his big day kahuna, he put on him a leather cape that a woman would wear and a belt that a woman would wear, which basically means he put on him some ladies' clothing. He wanted to do a prank on his brother. So everyone would see, hey, he doesn't even know the halachas of Kohen Gadol. He's coming in with he's wearing his wife's clothes. Now we know you're not allowed to wear a lady's clothes. Right? So what happened? So he stands, so Shimi, the older brother, takes his younger brother, puts on these two garments on him that are really not appropriate, and he stands him up by the Mizbeach. So then Shimi goes over to the Kehanim, and he says, Re'u, look, look what this guy, this new Kohen Gadol, promised his wife. And he kept his vow to her. What did he say to her? He said, the day that I get to serve as Kohen Gadol, I'm going to wear your leather cape and your belt. So the Kehanim were like shocked. What? They believed this Lashon Hara that wasn't even true. It was Motzi Shemra. He didn't tell this to his wife. And right then, Bikshu Achava Kehanim Lahargai. The Kehanim wanted to kill Chonyo. He just made a laughing stock, a bizayin out of the Beis HaMikdash. Wait till the world finds out. The high priest is wearing ladies' clothes. They wanted to kill him. In the Beis HaMikdash, you can't misbehave. You're in the palace of the king. What kind of behavior is this? They're going to kill him. Rutz mipneihem. He ran away from them. Next word. Ve'ratzu acharav. And they chased him. Halach Alexandria shal Mitzrayim. He went to Alexandria in Egypt. Ubana sham mizbeach. And Chanyo built over there an altar. Ve'hala lav l'shum avodas kachavim. Oy veizmir. He went off the derech, and he started a new place to worship, but for avodah zarah. So this man Chanyo is very strange. That he falls for his brother's trick and he puts on ladies' clothing doing the avodah. Is he crazy? Doesn't he know anything? I mean, if you walked over to that kid in 4th grade, he would tell you what a Kohen Gadol is supposed to wear. He's not going to fall for a trick that his older brother does on him because his older brother's jealous that he's getting a better position. And why? You could ask a question. Why didn't he just tell the Kohanim, my brother tricked me? So probably he was so embarrassed that he doesn't even know the halachas that he just wanted to get away from them. He couldn't face them. But that he went and he opened up a Mizbeach in Mitzrayim for Avodah Zarah, unbelievable. What a sad story. He could have been the Gadol Adar of Klal Yisrael, but we know that in the time of the second Beis HaMikdash, the Kohanim Gedolim were often Amei Haaretz. It's known that the situation deteriorated. People were not as smart in the time of the second Beis HaMikdash at first. But this is crazy what he did. When the Chachamim heard this thing, what he did, Amru, they said, Madach, this person who didn't even become the Kohen Gadol, look how jealous he became. In other words, Shimi got so jealous, he didn't even become Kohen Gadol, he was so jealous of someone else. Rameir said, how much more so a person would be jealous if he already got the honor and someone was trying to take it away from him. So Amar Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda said to Rameir, Lo kach haya ma'isa. You don't have the story correct. That's not what happened. Ella, rather this is what happened. Loi kibel. Really, Rabbi Yehuda says he argues different than Rameir, and he says like this, no. Eloi kibel lav Chanyai. Really what happened was that Chanyai said, no, I don't want to be Kohen Gadol. Shehaya shimi achiv gadol mimenu shtei shanim mechza. Because my brother is 2.5 years older. So in other words, he was supposed to be, but he went and he gave the opportunity to his brother. V'yafal pikein. But even that he gave away the position to his brother, Niskane by Chanyo b'Shimi achiv. Chanyo actually ended up getting jealous of Shimi. Amar Lois, they said to him, Bo valameid chaseder avoda. Let me teach you, Shimi, how to do the avoda. He put on him a leather cape of a woman and a belt of a woman. And he stood by the Mizbeach. So, according to Rabbi Yehuda, Shimi is now the one that's going to be the one that's dressed very bizarre, wearing a lady's garment. So it turns out, Amr Lahem, so now Chanyo goes to the Kehanim, Lachav HaKahanim, and he says, Psst, look, Man Nader Zevikim La'uvasai. Look what this guy swore and he promised to his wife, to his beloved wife. He said, the day that I become Kohen Gadol, I'm going to wear your cape and your belt. So the Kehanim wanted to kill Shimi. He told them everything that happened. He says, what do you mean? I was just doing what my brother said. My brother said this is what you're supposed to do when you become Kohen Gadol. You wear this first. So now they wanted to kill Chanyai. He ran away from them. And they ran after him. He ran into the king's house, the castle of the king. The Kehanim ran after him. Whoever saw him, said, Zehu, Zehu. This is him, this is him. Halach Alexandria shal Mitzrayim. So he escaped to Alexandria of Egypt, Uvana Sham Mizbeach, and he built over there a Mizbeach.